Smoke Nation, what's going on? I'm back in the flesh. Been a little busy, but I had to make time for y'all. So, you see the smoke behind me. It's going down. Today we're doing jerk lobster tails on the grill. Now, lobster tail is not something I eat often because it can be a little pricey, but in honor of me coming back after a little hiatus, I figured let's splurge a little bit. So here we go. Jerk lobster tails. Let's go. All right, let's just jump right on into it. So I got these lobster tails. These are warm water lobster tails from a certain grocery store. I'm not gonna mention them because they're not cutting your boy a check. So if you know, you know. You see the blue styrofoam container. So if you know where they come from. So what we're gonna do is, now there's two ways you can cut open lobster tails. A lot of people just cut straight down the middle and split them into two halves. And you have that open flesh revealed right there. You season it and do whatever you want to do and grill it flesh side down. Another way is, which you see at most restaurants, is you cut the shell, just the shell, on the back side, on the top side right there. And you pull the meat out and sit it on top. So that's what we're going to do for these two. And some of your lobsters might have spikes on the bottom. These lobsters in particular, I don't know what species they are, but they do have spikes on the bottom, so we just cut those off. We don't want any injuries coming from the spikes on the bottom, so we're taking care of those. Now you also want to be careful with the pieces of shell. You might have little pieces of shell that come off when you're trying to cut through the back of that thing. Make sure you get those and throw those out of the way. You don't want those in the lobster meat and ending up in your mouth, so you don't want that. And you also want to be careful pulling out the meat. These are pretty big lobster tails, so you didn't have an issue with that, but you want to pull it all the way out until you get to the very back of the tail, and that's where you stop. Close the shell back up, and then you just lay the meat on top of it. It makes for a nice presentation. So while we were prepping the tails and getting them cut open and everything, I had some butter melting. We're gonna get started with making the jerk butter that we're gonna baste the lobster tails with while they're on the grill. So all we're gonna do here is take a stick of butter, unsalted butter, and I have some dry jerk seasoning that I'm going to use. You can use dry seasoning, you can use wet seasoning. This is what I had in the pantry. This is a dry jerk seasoning. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of that. And we're going to do some garlic. And I love garlic, so I put about, I guess the equivalent of maybe 3 cloves of garlic. I chop up a whole head or 2 of garlic, mix it with some olive oil, and just keep it in the fridge for whenever I need it, so I won't have to be chopping garlic every time. And I hate the pre-chopped garlic that you can get in the grocery store. I hate that stuff. So I have some that I chopped up already. So maybe about 3 cloves. You can do however much you want with the garlic. So that's it for the jerk butter. So I'm just going to take this butter mixture, this jerk butter, and just pour it into a basting cup that I have. It's got a brush built into the lid, so just makes for easy basting when you're out there at the grill. So poured it in there, and let's get these lobster tails on the grill. Let me show you guys what I did. All right, y'all, so we're gonna go ahead and put these big babies on the grill. So we got everything set up for indirect grilling. We're gonna start indirect, and I've seen a lot of people do lobster tails on the grill, and they like to stay indirect the whole time. But what I'm gonna do is flip them over on that meat on the direct side, and to finish them off. I think that gives them good color. a nice little char on the outside without overcooking them. So let's go ahead and put these babies on. Got to be careful. Make sure you don't mess them up. All right, that's it. So while we do that, let me just walk over here out of the smoke a little bit. I just want to give a huge shout out to all of my new subscribers. We have gained quite a few subscribers since our last video, so just want to shout out to you guys. Welcome to the channel, and I hope I help you in some kind of way. To everybody that's returning, still rocking with your boy, I appreciate it. So after about 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna come out here, baste them a little bit. See, they're getting cooked slowly. All right. Baste them a little bit. Some that garlic, that jerk seasoning. All right, a couple more minutes on those, and then we're gonna flip them over to the direct side and get some sear on them. All right, y'all, so we ready to baste them a little bit more. Shake the butter up a little bit. That garlic and all that seasoning kind of settled at the bottom. We're gonna baste them a little bit more, and then we're gonna flip them over that on that direct heat. Get some good color on them. That's how we're gonna do it. Just take it, flip it over just like that. If you want to, you can serve these with a little bit of drawn butter, but we're basting them with butter a lot during the cooking process, so you probably won't even need any butter. See how we're getting good color on there? I'm gonna baste them again and get them cracking a little bit more. It should be about done. I'll be right back. So as my pastor used to say, all hearts and minds are clear, because we are done. These took no time at all. I probably spent more time prepping the tails than I did cooking them. But as you can see, they came out looking delicious. They tasted delicious, let me just tell you that. But these are really easy. If you want to substitute the jerk for some other type of seasoning, just mix it in with some butter. Throw whatever you want in that butter that you think will make it taste good, and grill them babies up and have at it. All right, so this is jerk lobster tails, and as always, I appreciate the love. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit me up on Instagram at the Smoke of Solomon, and we'll see y'all